What's going on, guys? This is the first official episode of Chalk Sports Talk. This is my co-host Blaze, and my name's Tanner.
Let's just get into it.
You want to get right into it?
Yeah.
All right. So we're filming this December 16th, the day after Sunday football, week 15. We're going to start off with a little recap from yesterday's games. You want to start off with something?
I want to start first with David Montgomery news.
Oh, yeah.
He's a Lions fan. I'm a
Yep.
Niners fan.
Lions,
so we'll
Niners
go over
fan,
that one
yep.
later. David Montgomery's out for the season.
Yeah,
Are you guys
I know.
cooked?
You know, I would say we are, but we still established a pretty solid run game yesterday, even though he only took four carries as it was. It was four carries, right?
I'm checking.
Four carries, only 4 yards. And even though people think we got blown out, we only lost by 6 points. I think Jahmyr Gibbs will be able to take the step up. You know, he's only been really taken, let's see.
David had 5 carries for 4 yards.
5 carries, 4 yards. Yeah, see? And I think, the run game wasn't the best yesterday. But I think Jahmyr Gibbs is ready to step into that next role and put the team more on his back with the run game. So I wouldn't say we're completely cooked. I'd say the worst thing right now is the defense. Definitely the defense.
Allowing 100.
Lee McNeil, he's talked about being out indefinitely too. That one definitely hurts. And Carlton Davis too. He's I don't think I've heard anything else about him, but it's not looking good for Detroit right now. Not looking good for all Detroit fans all around the world.
So we'll come back to that. First, we're going to talk about Thursday Night Football.
Okay.
Unfortunately. Normally this would be the Friday talk, but since it's our first episode, we're going to start with it Monday.
Let's do it.
The Niners' season's done. We should tank.
Yep.
Our defense played out of their mind. Dre Greenlaw's back. He's better than ever.
Yeah, he looked great.
We had the best. Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw are the best 2 combo we can get in the NFL. There's something about that combo. Purdy looked like crap. It was raining. I don't think he's fully healthy.
No.
His arm
Not at all.
is in this full, bionic cast. I think if I find a photo, I'll put it up there. Garendo looked fine. 3.6 yards per carry. 57 yards. Not terrible, not great.
Now, he's your third string, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Oh
deep
my
in the
goodness.
bag.
And, the fact that your third string can do that just shows they have some deep
Garendo's
rushing.
great. He's a rookie.
He is a rookie.
Out of Louisville.
Yeah, I
Fifth
thought
rounder.
he was. 5th rounder, wow.
Last year,
he was a good pick. I feel like they always do really good with their draft picks.
Last week he had, he had 78 yards on 5.2 yards a carry.
Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, 15 total tackles, solos and assists, and Dre Greenlaw, he didn't play the whole game, right?
Yeah, he missed part of the third.
And then he was out for the rest of the fourth. I think once that happened, I think the Rams knew they were going to win.
Yeah, they went to the red
took
zone.
A step back. But, those 2 guys right there are at the top of the San Francisco defense.
And
Bosa. To make a run.
We had Bosa. I don't think he did great, though.
He had 3 QB hits.
Oh.
Not bad.
So
4
he's
total
on that.
tackles and assists.
I think I can get pull box score.
Yeah, I got it
we
up right now.
played good. Hufunga played fine, which was nice to see.
It was just a defense game, and that's what I thought it was going to be. No touchdowns. I'm sure everyone knows that. But the 3 field goals by the Rams in the fourth quarter, when there's no touchdowns, that right there, if you're going to kick 3 field goals in 1 quarter, that's going to do it for the game.
Yeah. And then when the defense allows only red zone trip was in the fourth.
14 for 31 for Brock Purdy. So what do you think about Brock Purdy? You think he's on the way out? You think they're going to give him another year?
I think.
What do you think his contract's
It depends
looking
on
like?
how his contract.
Yeah.
He was planning to make $60 million.
He was planning to get paid, and now I don't know.
Making maybe $26 million. Not $26 million. That's too low. He's making $30 million probably. He's not going to get Joe Burrow money.
No, he's not. No,
he shouldn't. We can turn a cucumber into a quarterback. He threw a pick, which was ugly, but there was so much defense. It was rainy. It was bad on day.
Yep.
When he played good, he played good. No McCaffrey. Debo, I don't know what is going on.
Yeah, he was 14 for 31, but how many of those did Debo drop? It's
half of them.
Yeah, you add a couple more of those, he's not
got the catch
below
percentage.
50% anymore.
Debo's catch percentage was 42%. Jawan Jennings had a 22% catch percentage.
Yeah.
And Ricky Pearsall had a 25% catch percentage. We had a terrible catching game. It was rainy. I get it. Debo's talking about getting the ball, and he gets the ball and doesn't do anything.
So who do you think is going to win the NFC West now? You think it's going to be the Rams?
Rams look really good.
They look really good. You know, they struggled at the start of the season. They didn't have their guys, though. They got their guys back. Look what they're doing now.
Yeah.
You know?
Matthew Stafford's still amazing.
Yep. And he's only got a couple of years left, too. So it's really time for him to make, you know, that one last push. I think they can do it. I think they're going to win the division. I think they're going to beat up the Seahawks, especially we're not going to talk about it fully, but last night the Packers took care of the Seahawks in Seattle.
Seattle looks bad. And Geno Smith
Wasn't even close.
Geno Smith's hurt.
Yeah, it wasn't even close either. Not at all. But anything else you want to talk about for that game?
I think we're
I
good.
think we're ready to move on. Yep. So which game do you want to start with now?
Dallas versus at Carolina.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, this was one. The public
He is
was
back.
all over the Panthers. I heard it everywhere. Panthers, Panthers, Panthers.
Bryce
They
Young's back
showed
to
us.
pumpkin.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it looked like. It looked like the Bryce Young from the first couple of weeks this NFL season. It did not look like the Bryce Young from the last 3 weeks that we've seen in the games that he almost won. Didn't win, almost won, though.
Let's talk about Cooper Rush. 3 touchdowns, 214 yards. Rico Dowdle had 149 yards in 25 carries.
Yeah, isn't there a stat about that?
Oh yeah. I think he's the first undrafted player since Arian Foster to get 100 plus yards in 3 straight games. That was in 2014.
Wow.
He is really
Yeah.
good.
No, I always thought when they signed back Ezekiel Elliott this year that was going to be their guy. I know he's old, but I thought he would be able to put up some numbers. He hasn't put up numbers this year.
30 yards.
And
3.3
they're lucky that
carry.
Rico has stepped up and established a run game for this because, let's be honest, the pass game for Dallas has not looked good this year. But now, 149 yards against the Panthers, he looks great. Yeah.
What about, do you fire Mike McCarthy now?
I think it depends
He's
on
winning
how
games.
the rest of the season goes. They play the Bucks, they got the Eagles, and the Commanders. Listen, if they win 2 out of 3 of those last
I
3
think they win
games,
1.
we're going to have to see. Because if they win 2 out of those last 3 games, if they beat the Eagles, he's staying. All right.
Oh yeah.
He beats the Commanders, he's probably staying.
Which they might not have anybody.
It really just depends on how you finish these last 3 games for him. He knows he's in the hot seat. He knows he has to win, and he knows he has to do some good coaching.
So, Chuba Hubbard, 32 yards, 10 attempts. Not a great game, just got paid.
Nope.
Coker had a good game. 4 receptions, 110 yards on 6 targets. He had that big 83-yarder, which was a good Bryce Young throw. But, there's not a lot to that game. The Panthers are now, 5th pick in Tankathon?
Yep.
That is,
Yes, they are.
they need that pick. They're projected to
Now, what do you think they're going to pick up in that draft? Who do you think they want right now? They want Travis Hunter?
I think they ain't going to get Travis Hunter.
Yeah, I don't think so. But,
I think
you never know. There might be a trade.
I think you know who they want. I think you know him pretty
Mason
well.
Graham from Michigan.
I think they want the Michigan men. They need a
that
defender.
guy is a dog.
Their quarterback
That guy
played
is a
good.
certified dog. He always finds a way to get to the QB.
Yeah, they ain't getting no Travis Hunter.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the Patriots, they're in the position, they have a top 3 pick, and they are going to pick Travis Hunter, 100%.
Now, speaking of another team going for Hunter, the Cleveland Browns. They played the
Okay.
Chiefs. Everyone thought it would be plus 4.5. They all hammered
yes.
the Chiefs. They all hammered the Browns. Chiefs kicked the butt. 21-7. No picks for Mahomes. Jameis turned back into Jameis. 3 picks, one interception for DTR who came in late. Jameis didn't throw a pick 6.
Nope.
The God repelled him from throwing pick 6s.
He did. Yes, he did.
He prayed for it and got it. Jerome Ford played good. Nick Chubb got hurt. Nick Chubb is out for the season, I think.
Oh, my gosh. That guy cannot catch a break.
He broke his foot.
I know. He can't catch a break. It sucks to see. I love Nick Chubb. But honestly, since he came back from the injury through this season, he hasn't really looked the same anyways. And I'm really afraid to see what this injury is going to do to him. Because if he hasn't looked the same coming back from that one, just think next season, man. Because, he's done for the season, clearly.
There's nothing
Yeah,
more to say
nothing to
about
do.
that. Hunt,
Now, did you watch the Browns game? Did you watch that
I had
game?
it on Red Zone.
I watched that game. I'll tell you one thing.
Oh.
21-7.
That was
Wow.
the score.
It seems like every time the Cleveland Browns got down and they were looking like they were about to score, at least get a field goal, something went wrong. They threw an interception. They fumbled the ball.
They looked awful.
It just didn't look good once they got into the Chiefs' territory. I don't know why. Like, when they're on their side, they're getting the ball down there. They're looking like they're about to do something, and then it just stalls out right when they get into the opposing territory.
That might just be Spo.
Yeah, I don't understand. I
So,
really don't.
Pacheco, 13 carries, 32 yards. Split carries with Kareem.
Yep.
Is he bad? Is he good? Is he washed? I think he's washed.
You know, Kareem Hunt has been great. When Pacheco got injured, everyone was like, oh no, like the Chiefs, like they're not going to be able to establish a run game. Kareem Hunt came in there and he took care of business.
Greatest Chiefs running back.
He's been really good. And I'll tell you one thing right now. Vegas did not think Kareem Hunt was going to get snaps like that. They had his rush attempt line at about 5.5, 6.5, and he
That would have been
easily cashed that with 13.
I didn't even think of it. I saw Pacheco. I have him on my fantasy team. I was like, I'm not going to play him. Let him prove himself. Did not prove himself.
No.
He's back to normal. Travis Kelce, he ain't the greatest tight end of all time now.
Nope.
It's George Kittle. You're going to say it's Sam Laporta, but I'm going to ignore you. He went 50% catch rate, 27 yards. That's the last we'll say on that game.
Okay.
He's not that great anymore.
All right, I want to jump into this game really quick.
Which one?
Ravens versus Giants
Ugh.
in New York.
I don't think anyone wants to jump into
It was
that
an
game.
ugly game if you're a Giants fan, but I think you guys already knew that by the 16.5-point spread, the season's highest spread this year. What do you got to say about that one? Have you seen Lamar Jackson? Oh, and let me start off with this. Derrick Henry, minus 375 to score a touchdown. Everyone had them in their touchdown parlays. I watched so many videos, and everyone had Derrick Henry in the touchdown parlay. And let's just say he cooked a lot of people this week.
Yeah,
Did not score.
Screwed the favorites.
No, did
Vegas
not score at
can't
all.
call it.
Lamar Jackson, 5 passing touchdowns, 21 for 25, and a QBR
Of 154.
You got it? 154.6. That guy's playing,
That's
man.
perfect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's playing.
He's balling. That Rashad Bateman. But Bateman had a game. 3 receptions, 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. Lawn of 49.
Yeah. No.
Justice Hill had a game. The game started, and I was like, oh, maybe the Giants will stand a chance. First play, it was like a 54-yard kick return. And I was like, yep, nope, Giants are done.
Yep.
Tommy DeVito got hurt.
Oh, man, I know it sucks.
He was playing decent.
Yeah.
76% completion rate.
Yep.
An 88-yard 88-yard rating. Not yard rating. Malik Neighbors went 10 for 82, 1 touchdown.
Malik Neighbors looked good.
Ties Odell Beckham's record for the most receptions as a rookie. Roast 10 reception games as a rookie with 4. He's been pretty good. Otherwise, the Ravens are good.
Yeah, no, the Ravens, what game was it that they played? Let me go look really quick. It was
Tyrone Tracy too. He's a beast.
It was the game
Raiders?
the Ravens.
Yeah, the Raiders game
when they played the Eagles in Baltimore. I had the Ravens,
Oh, I always had the Eagles.
And I started to have doubt in the Ravens last week when they lost to the Eagles. And I was like, man, I'm starting to think these guys aren't it. But I know it's the Giants. I know it doesn't matter that much, but they looked good. And next week, they're 6-point favorites against the Steelers at home in Baltimore. A must-win game
I'm going
if they want to keep their division hopes alive. You're going Steelers for that game?
100%.
Well, there you go, guys. We got an early pick right
Lamar's
there. Steelers
choking.
money line next week. You taking the spread or the money line?
I'm taking the money line.
I ain't taking
no spread
guy.
in division games.
Okay, what's that money line at? Can we see that?
Minus 210 probably. That's a guess.
Not for the Steelers.
Oh, because they're underdogs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they'll be good money.
Yeah, we'll find that money line later.
The one more guy I want to talk about, Tyrone Tracy. I love him. Came out of Purdue. He's a rookie. 6th-round pick? 7th-round pick?
Yeah, I'm starting.
5th-round pick. 166. He's really good. I mean, he's had at least 30 yards a game, which, I mean, it's the Giants, so they're always losing. The game script's never in his direction.
Yep.
He's good inside the tackle with 43 yards, 432 yards at 6'1", 210. He could be really good.
Yeah.
With Neighbors.
No, I agree. The Giants, they really need to go find a QB.
Shador?
Maybe Shador.
Or Cam.
Maybe.
Which
Cam
one?
Ward.
Which one? They got the one. If you're the
Here's the
Giants,
thing.
front office, number 1 pick, who are you taking?
I'm taking Shador Sanders. I'm taking Shedeur
But-
Sanders. I think
Does he fit the? They might go Carson Beck.
I would be really surprised if they went Carson Beck.
Shedeur Sanders doesn't fit the profile, man.
Yeah, that is
The
true.
sneaky athletic white guy.
I agree.
But Carson Beck. In
I
the
think
first
you'd
round.
be a fool if you have the first overall pick and you don't take Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders. It'll just be the Giant. It'll be a Giants thing. It would be a Giants thing if they
They're
had
gonna
the
go
first pick
like-
and they took someone like Carson Beck. I would.
No, they're gonna go like
Yeah.
Terracotta McMillan out of Arizona. A good,
yeah,
a good wide receiver, but no one to throw him to.
yeah, exactly.
They could actually. Hear me out. Travis Hunter. You pick up Sam Darnold in a free agency.
See, I don't know, man. I think Sam Darnold might stay with the Vikings.
Why? You have JJ McCartney's breathing on your neck.
Yeah, but I'm
You
starting
turn
to
into a
think
pumpkin, you're
how.
done.
Okay, but here's my thing. You let Sam Darnold walk. I'm a Michigan fan. JJ McCarthy comes in. He doesn't play good.
That hurts your
How do the Vikings look? How
Yeah.
stupid. They look more stupid than the 49ers. Not
But
signing them back.
would it be smart for Sam Darnold to go to the Vikings? And he gets paid half as much.
And then he
the
just
Giants
rides the bench all year.
Giants are historic for overpaying quarterbacks for no reason.
I could see that. I could see that one happening, but I don't think they need Travis Hunter. I think Malik Neighbors is their guy. I think Malik might feel a certain type of way if they pick up Travis Hunter. Maybe, maybe not. Because he's going to be like, why are we picking a receiver? We need a quarterback. I need someone to throw me the ball.
Yeah. Well, it's the Giants, so
Yeah,
don't mess
exactly.
something
All
up.
right, let's move on.
Dolphins Texans
Dolphins, Texans.
20-12.
That was a game, yeah.
It was a good game.
Everyone thought this one was going to be high scoring. And it looked like it was going to be high scoring, but it seems like every time they got down, Tua was throwing interceptions.
So I'm historic for overthinking. Me and my dad have this little ring we go on. It's called it's FanDuel Daily Drafts.
Okay.
Every game, every Sunday we draft a team. I was thinking, second highest over under. Give me Miami. Give me Tua. Give me Tyreek Hill. I was last in that league. Tua threw 3 picks. Did not look good. H.N. looked all right. Tough to say. Game script was negative. C.J. Stroud still doesn't look good. Joe Mixon played like crap. The defense showed up.
No, I agree. Yeah, Joe Mixon played not good at all. It was really underwhelming. Did he even have a touchdown?
No.
Nope,
12
he
for
didn't. And now
23.
there's another guy. He was the second highest player to get a touchdown. I think he was minus 225.
I believe
No
it.
touchdown.
Dare had more yards than him in 1 carry.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Tyreek Hill went 7 for 2.
Yeah, but hear this. Joe Mixon was their highest receiver.
Oh, I missed that. 5 for
Nico
2.
Collins, 4 catches, 17 yards, but 2 touchdowns.
He made
Man,
use.
he's your guy to throw to in the end zone. It just seems like every time he's down there that he finds a way to get open.
So Tyreek Hill went 7 for 2. He can't catch.
No.
Is it the kids? He's got too many
Is it
kids.
the kids?
He doesn't have a baby bump, man. He lost
Yeah.
his baby bump's privilege.
Yeah, man. Tyreek Hill, I'm starting to worry about him. Yeah.
Waddle went 0 for 2. He didn't catch a single ball.
Let's go look. I want to see Tyreek Hill,
While you're looking at that, I'll
what
look
he's
for
been
fun stuff.
doing recently.
The Texans won despite putting up a season low. That's not that issue.
Yeah,
Oh
Tyreek
wait,
Hill,
actually no.
man.
It is.
There's multiple times this year. I know most of these games that he only caught less than 5 was when they didn't have the QB. They had another guy in
Yeah.
QB, but still, you're Tyreek Hill, man. And I've seen some of those passes early in the year when they had their QB, they're hitting your hands and you're still not catching them.
Yeah.
So,
Derek Stingley. had a
yeah, I'm
game.
starting to worry about him, especially since Houston's defense is 17th
Yeah,
against
but
wide receivers and receptions, and he still wasn't
Derek
able to catch
Stingley.
like that.
had a game.
Yeah, he did.
2
Yeah.
picks,
He did. play good
only
defense.
allowed
Yep.
30 yards on 6 receptions and 10 targets. That is, he allowed a minus 220 EPA. So he basically contributed half of their points.
Mhm.
That's kind of the stat.
No,
base.
yeah, he looked great. Yeah.
Chop Robinson looked good too. He's a rookie. He came out of Penn State. He generated 31 pressures since week 8. It's tied for the 4th most in the NFL over that span.
Okay.
That is huge considering the Dolphins have the 6th lowest pressure rate in the NFL.
I see right here on our paper that you put Tua turned the ball over.
I did name him to
29 for 40.
196 yards and 1 touchdown, 3 picks.
Well, All right, let's move on. I know you're dying to talk about this one because we already talked about this one earlier.
Jets?
No,
Oh.
Commanders versus Saints.
Okay.
The big controversial play at the end of the game. Do you go for two? Do you kick the PAT? Do you send it to overtime? You're playing at home. You just got some momentum going. What do you think?
I already told him. I'm going for that every time. I said it before the thing happened. I went, go for this, go for this, go for this. I got ridiculed by my father. He goes, you're not going to send it to overtime. You're at home. You're on your third string quarterback. I'm thinking, you're on your third string quarterback. You make it a toss-up. You make it maybe, I'd say 60-40.
Yeah.
No Kamara. If you give that ball to the Commanders, they're scoring. I have no doubt in my mind Jaden Daniels is going to score. He didn't throw a pick. He had an 86% completion rate, 80% completion ratage. He had 66 rush yards. They looked fine. Commanders had a bad off game. Saints actually stayed in it, I think, more than
they did.
Cedric Wilson. Oh, speaking of that, Kamara joins. Who did I say it was? Kamara joins
right
4 people. Oh, I do.
Yep.
He joins. Where is it? No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I don't have who it was.
Oh, who he joins? Yeah,
it was
50+ rushing TDs and 25+ receiving TDs for Kamara. Yeah, that guy. He looked amazing at the start of the year. He doesn't look as good, but he still looks great.
Hurt.
He's hurt?
Yeah, he didn't play the entire rest of that half.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
He might be.
Yeah.
I don't think he's out for season.
I was about to say, I knew he played.
I know it's McCaffrey. I think it's Eddie George. And then I think there's one more. He joins elite company, though.
Yeah, the Saints are banged up. What do you expect?
They
looked great at the start of the year. But, I mean, you don't got your main guy catching the ball. Kamara's now injured. Your quarterback's injured. It's a rough year to be a Saints fan, especially when you start off they were 3-0, right?
Yeah, they looked
3-0
early.
Everyone was on them. They had them top 5 in power rankings, but
they had top 5.
Oh yeah, Tom Brady.
Oh,
yeah, he was. He was top 5 after week 3. Yeah, TB12 loved the Saints. He was always talking about them.
I don't think there's much more to go over that game.
Yeah.
Terry McLaurin had 2 touchdowns. He played great. Saved my fantasy team.
Oh, I really want to talk about this one. Bengals versus the Titans.
10
turnovers, man.
That game
my goodness.
It was like first play, Joe Burrow pick. I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a game. Will Levis benched 3 interceptions.
I'll tell you something right now.
All right, you'll tell me something.
Okay, he threw the pick. They scored a touchdown. Bengals come back. They answer. They score a touchdown. But then the Titans answer again, 14-7, and they fumble the ball. When I seen that, Titans had the ball back. They're up 14-7. I was like, man, I just don't think the Bengals defense can stop them. And you know what? They kind of didn't, but they kind of did. They did fumble the ball again. They got it back. Bengals scored a touchdown, tie it up. And then, of course, we all know Titans threw another interception.
It's Will Levis. Will Levis. What more do you expect?
You know, I've been wanting to ask this question to someone. Why does Will Levis have a mayo commercial?
Oh, he eats bananas and mayo.
Okay, I didn't
puts
know that.
mayo in his coffee.
That's insane.
He eats the peel off the banana.
I don't expect any less from Will Levis, though.
He's insanity.
He seems just like an odd guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're giving commercials to Will Levis, I guess, now. Someone that throws 50 yards a game.
Did he throw 50? Oh, he threw 89. Joe Burrow, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks.
Yeah, he threw 89, but let's go look at his passing yards for all year long. It's something I really want to see right now.
While you're finding that, Chase did Chase things.
Yes, he did.
T. Higgins did T. Higgins things.
So who's the offensive player of the year? Is it Saquon?
I think it's still Saquon.
Saquon's done crazy things this year. He set records. The 200-yard rushing games. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
come on. Let's be honest.
You can't not.
But Jamar Chase, you can't just turn him down. I mean, this guy, he's been a dog, man.
He fights. It's just he's so inconsistent. Sometimes he'll have big games. Sometimes he'll not.
I got Will Levis's stats up right here. We got 25 passing yards, 95. What did he throw? 80-something?
He got hurt that Miami game.
Oh, he did?
We had 25.
Yeah, but we're talking about a Cincinnati defense. That's 27th against passing yards from quarterbacks.
And he threw 3 picks.
And he threw 3 picks and 80-something yards. Yeah, I know he only threw 80 yards because he got benched, but let's be honest.
And the pick 6.
Let's be honest, yeah.
Geno Snow. Okay, Cam Taylor-Britt got 1. He's really good. Newton, Mike Hilton, and Geno Stone. They're all great, but not they shouldn't be getting picks and changing games.
Yep.
That game, Bengals are still in the playoff race. I don't see how they can make it.
No.
It's
No, I don't-
pretty.
I don't
No,
think
they're out.
No, they're in technically still, right? Or
But it's like a point.
yeah, it's a point.
What
2,
they
point
needed
3.
was everybody to lose. They needed the Colts to win.
Those guys that are in the playoff race right now in the AFC. It's tight, and it's teams that are
think it's
9-5.
I'm pretty sure it's like set. What are you doing?
Let's go.
You're in the wrong
Oh, I am in
Just
the
go
wrong
fast.
spot. You are right.
I think it's pretty much set.
Yeah, it's almost set. You
Colts
know,
are
the
out.
separation is getting a little big, but we're talking 9-5 is the 5-6. I
It's
mean,
pretty
even though the
much set.
5-6 over in the NFC is 11-2 and 10-4.
We'll
Still,
get
though,
back
there's
to-
there's a little bit more separation in the AFC than there is.
We'll
in
get to the
NFC.
Colts. We have one more 1:00 game. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't think we missed anything else.
The Jets,
Jets,
right?
Jags.
Jets, Jags. Man, Garrett Wilson got a little snippy that game, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
And
he did. And then,
Devontae Adams had a game.
oh my God, yeah,
Oh yeah,
No,
I got a stat for y'all.
he played.
We were talking
He
earlier.
played some ball.
So Devontae Adams had 198 yards, 2 touchdowns. That is his 7th game with 150 receiving yards and 2 receiving touchdowns.
You know, it's starting to look like, you know, these guys are getting their chemistry back. Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams. Is Aaron Rodgers running it back next year with them?
No, he already said he's not. He's not coming back.
Yeah, he said
Adams
that. But
is already
I
in
think we're
free
gonna
agency
see.
too.
I don't know. I think Aaron Rodgers needs this for his legacy. He is not fully destroying his legacy, but it's a little fractured right now. If he wants to repair it, he has to run it back with the Jets. He has to tell his boy Devontae to come back for another year, and they got to do something. Because listen, if they can end off this year positive, they get these last 3 wins. Who do they play for these last 3 games? They got the Rams, Bills, and
Yeah,
the Finns.
They might win one. They might win the
Listen,
Fins.
but if they can win these last 3 games,
They're not beating
they-
the Bills.
you never know that.
No
man.
one's beating the Bills.
I don't know.
We'll get to that later.
Division
So
game.
the Adams thing, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill had 8. Jerry Rice has 17. He's done that 17 times. 9 more than Tyreek Hill. 10 more than Devontae Adams. No one's even in the ballpark. That's just a great Jerry Rice hype stat. Love my boy.
Yep.
Cam Little looks good. I love Cam Little. He's a rookie, I think. He's the kicker. So, super random guy to talk about. Why is none of this loading now? It all freaking die bombed. No one wants to talk about this game.
Yeah, I'll tell you though, the Jags, man. Mac Jones looked like Mac Jones. He threw the ball pretty decent, but he still threw some interceptions.
You see the Zesty
You know,
clip?
No, I did not.
He
see
does
that.
he does like a little like.
Oh,
I saw it after
what
that
a
run.
reenactment right there.
I saw it after
Looked
that
just
run.
like
I was
him.
like, oh jeez, he's getting smoked.
Brian Thomas Jr. is having a great year.
Yeah,
of course.
he's so good.
Yeah,
He's so good.
He's been very good.
We had to play against him in football. Like, oh my, Florida had a tough time. Probably.
Okay, so we're moving on to this 4:00 slate now.
Yeah,
All right,
you want to
let's
go?
do
You
it.
want to go with the boring one or the fun one?
No, I want to go with the game that I actually was my favorite pick of the week. Bucks plus 3.5 on the road in LA. I didn't even need the plus 3.5. I should have just took the money line. 40-17 really exposed that Jim Harbaugh defense in that second half, didn't he?
I don't know.
27 points in the second half to the Chargers 0.
I don't even know what went wrong. J.K. Dobbins is out.
Yeah,
There's no the Harbaugh team are so good. I always love Harbaugh.
always. Yeah, he always makes an instant impact.
Herbert played all right. Beast did not do good. Ladd played fine. He got a 7 for 5, 58 yards, a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty solid. Q had a touchdown. Taylor Heineke came in at one point. I don't know why. I just see the stat line. They looked bad.
Yeah,
Baker Mayfield, or is Baker Mayfield that good?
I think Baker's playing pretty damn good right now.
To
That's
it-
the guy that could, like, I know the Browns fans out there. They're hating seeing this guy do great.
22
but
yards.
He's playing.
22 completions, 27 attempts, 288 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 pick, 81% from the field. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's pretty good.
Now I want to add something to this really quick. Baker threw the interception when it was 10-10. Chargers go down and score at 17-10. Did you know the live line for this game was plus 500 for the Bucks after they scored that touchdown? 17-0 Chargers, live line plus 500. What did the Buccaneers go on to do? They did not let them score a single time for the rest of the game.
Well, they fumbled too.
Yeah,
that
no,
play.
that was crazy. I looked at the plus 500. Of course, I wasn't going to double down. I had the plus 3.5. I was confident in the
Responsibly
plus
gambling.
3.5. Yeah, responsible gambling.
Bucky Irving, 117, 15 attempts. Rachaad White, 15 attempts, 64 yards. Can you believe Rachaad White started this season?
Yeah, I know, right?
Bucky Irving is so good.
Now, what would have happened if Rachaad White never got injured?
Did he get? Oh, he did get injured.
And that's when they finally gave Bucky the chance. Bucky Irving has looked amazing. That is the guy for next year. Now, that doesn't mean Rachaad White's on the way out. I think what they're doing with letting them both get carries, it lets Bucky Irving get a chance to breathe, so he's able to have those explosive plays.
He's hurt. He's still hurt.
A long of 54 for Bucky Irving too.
Yeah,
long of 54. Listen, if you let that guy take all the snaps, he's not doing a long of 54. If you let him half and half, or a little bit more than half for Bucky, with Rachaad White, he's able to do that long of 54. He's able to get those explosive plays in the game.
Yeah, that turned the game. Mike Evans had a Mike Evans game.
Yes, he did. Oh my goodness, he looked great.
He also hit that Devontae Adams stat I mentioned earlier. He hit the 150, 2 touchdowns in 7 games.
Yep.
That is a great stat to be in, great company. Probably all 4 Hall of Famers. I mean, Jerry Rice, we already knows the greatest player of all time, but we'll talk about that later. He had 64 yak, 11 for 9. McMillan had a good game. Otherwise, I love the Chargers. You can't lose that game by that much.
Yeah.
You can't get beat that hard.
Yeah, that was rough, man. You know, especially when you're playing in LA, you give it a little bit more of like a okay, it happened. If you're playing in Tampa with those Bucs fans, but to get that happen to you, 0 points in the second half in your own home field doesn't look good for the Chargers. I think their playoff hopes are slowly running out.
No, they're in the playoffs.
No, I know, but you know
it's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough, and you know when they get there, I think they're going to get smoked in the first round.
Who would they play? The Bills?
They're going to be playing the Bills or the Chiefs. It's probably going to be the Bills. Let's be honest. I don't think the Chiefs are going to drop enough games.
They have to lose 2.
Well, yeah they have to lose 2 because then the Bills have the tiebreaker over the Chiefs, of course.
Yeah. But I think they're going to play the Bills. They're going to get smoked.
Yeah.
I love them. I think they're cool. I love the team. I love the way they built. They need some years. This is a good first season with Jim Harbaugh. First season, they played good.
What was their record last year? I mean, it wasn't even close to what.
Well, Herbert was hurt for most of the season.
Yeah, man, but still, I mean, Jim Harbaugh, he's known. He did it at the 49ers. He did it at Michigan. Every time he comes in the next year, he always flips around that program. It's just coaching, man. It's great coaching out there.
They were 8-6.
8-6, yeah.
Before the coaching swap, they fired their coach midseason. So next we'll go over Denver, Indianapolis.
Yep, that's the game I want to do next. Yep.
The most important playoff game.
Oh, yeah.
Made big implications. Basically rolled out the Colts, locked in that playoff seed. Anthony Richardson, 46 rushing yards, 1 touchdown, but threw 172 yards and 2 picks. He did an Anthony Richardson game. I've been watching him since Florida. He looks fine. He does what he does. Having Aaron Rodgers on that Colts team would be huge. Just a random thought that would be cool. AR needs the team to play a guy to teach him. Jonathan Taylor probably made the biggest mistake of the game. I love him. He plays good. He plays hard. Fumbling on the back of the end zone. I can't remember which time it was. There was one moment where he runs all the way.
I've seen it, yeah.
Drops the ball before he gets there. If you're Jonathan Taylor, why are you even attempting it? You're a Colts player. You're jinxed. You're cursed. Fumbling on basically to win that would have changed the entire game.
Yep.
And it just threw that game in the gutter.
Now I want to say something really quick. Bo Nix, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, only 130 passing yards. Yes, he threw the 3 interceptions, but he didn't throw them when it matters. He tightened up at the end of the game. He had 2 touchdowns on the last couple. Last quarter?
Yeah,
fourth quarter. 2 passing touchdowns. I'll say that right now. You know, he might have thrown the 3 interceptions, but he played when it mattered.
It doesn't. See what you remember the first game of the season, Bears Titans. No offensive points scored, no touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
That is what it feels like with Bo Nix. That defense is so good. Bo Nix can throw. Bo Nix can play like freaking Jameis Winston, and they'd still win.
I like Bo Nix.
He plays good.
I think he was a great fit for Denver. I think he's going to have a great career there, too, if he decides to stay for
however
a
long.
handful of years.
He's 25 years old.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I mean, Alec Pierce played bad. He got hurt at one point. I think he got landed on, and he broke his rib, it looked like.
Yeah.
I don't think that's actual. Oh, we forgot to talk about the guy who got...
in the Finns
yeah.
game? Oh, man. Prayers up
Prayers
to
up
that
for him,
guy.
'cause
Yeah.
that was bad. They carted him off.
Yeah, I know. That's tough to watch,
Injuries
man. It doesn't
suck.
matter who you root for. If you don't like the Finns, if you do,
We lost Mahomes, too.
That sucks. Yeah, we did. He's week for week, though.
I'm the jinx. I said
Let's see.
at the start of the season, I'm a Magic and Niner fan. We lost France, and I said, I'm cursed. I'm going to root for the teams I don't like. So I'm rooting for the Celtics, and I'm rooting for the Chiefs. First freaking game in. Mahomes, out. First game I root for the Chiefs. Mahomes is out. Gets hurt. I'm just saying, I might be cursed.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the Patriots now. Patriots-Cardinals, 17-30.
Okay. Let's do it.
Kyler kind of sucks.
Yeah.
He had a good game this game. No touchdowns, 224 yards. He's not been good. He won this game, but
No.
they have to make the playoffs now.
Yep.
They already lost to Seattle, so they already don't have much of a chance. James Conner is so good. 110 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's a guy you want.
Yeah, James Conner always looks consistent. Great running back. 53 long. Yeah.
T. McBee, Trey McBride, 87 yards,
Man,
9.
has he been a tight end this year?
He's been good.
He's been the guy that everyone thought Mark Andrews was going to be this year. He's a top 5 tight end.
He doesn't score touchdowns, though.
Oh, I know. Yeah, no,
That's
he
the
does
funniest
not.
part.
But who cares?
He was like the third in
Again, 9
He's like third in
receptions,
fantasy.
87 yards. He's doing great, man.
He's third in fantasy without scoring a touchdown. It's
And
like
listen, the
insane.
Cardinals, they if they really want to figure out, they got to get the connection, Kyle Murray, between Marvin Harrison. If you don't figure that one out, I mean, Marvin Harrison, 2 receptions on 6 targets. That's your guy that you need to start picking up and getting the ball to. He makes big plays. He did it all the time at Ohio State. That's your guy.
You know that well.
Yeah.
Still
we
could
still
beat
stopped them.
Michigan.
Yeah, exactly. Still going to be Michigan, though.
So Drake May, I think he looks fine.
Yep.
I think Bo Nix's case is over for Rookie of the Year. After that game, 3 interceptions, that kind of kills it.
Drake May got a lot of hate.
He did. But what did Belichick say? Like he was the worst prospect in this draft or something?
Yeah.
He was a hater.
And now Bill Belichick's at UNC.
Yeah, now that's ironic. I
Very
didn't think of
ironic,
that
yeah.
until now. I mean, four carries, 14 yards, and a touchdown. That's pretty solid. Kendrick Bourne, former 49er, played great.
Yep.
44 yards, 3 receptions on 3 targets. Otherwise, this game, apparently a corner got a reception. Apparently, I'm seeing that.
Yeah, I won't lie. I did not watch this game. Patriots vs. Cardinals. I mean, if you were watching this game, you were either a Patriots fan or a Cardinals fan. You were not watching this game while the Lions and Bills are being played for fun.
Well, just
No
found
one
out
does
that we have the Travis Hunter of the NFL. Marcus Jones, 1 reception, 18 yards, with 25 yards of yak. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if he didn't get a pick. I don't know how he got that. But Marcus Jones, is he Travis Hunter? The walls are talking.
Let's see if he does it next week.
Okay. Wait, never mind. What's the RTS? Oh, routes. I was going to say, oh, wait, that's actually cool. So, where's Marvin Harrison? So, Marvin Harrison ran 29 routes, 6 targets, 2 receptions. Not great. Catch percentage with 33. And he had a minus 110.4 completion rate over expected. Not good. Not a good stat line. When Kendrick Bourne is out completion in you, I don't know what the word is, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
You're not doing great. Something needs to happen. Yeah, he's one route. I just found that dude. All right.
You ready to move on?
Do you want to go over your game or Philly?
I'm dying to move on to my game. Dying over
All right,
here.
we'll
Been
go
waiting
over your
all day.
game. So, 48-42.
We all know the tale. We all watched the game.
They started bad.
Terrible.
It was really bad early.
But, I wasn't worried when we were down 14-0 because I just kept remembering that we were down 10-0 against the Vikings. Came back. We all know how that game
You were up a pretty big number against the Niners, I'm pretty sure, last year.
Yeah. But Josh Allen closes the MVP case. Let's be honest. 362 passing yards,
He's so
2
good.
passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns, 11 carries, 68 rushing yards.
He basically had 3 passing touchdowns, by the way. I don't know if you remember.
Oh, the little chest pass, yeah.
Beautiful
Basketball
pass.
move right there. It was amazing. It got
Sat
called
right
back.
in the guy's hands.
Yeah.
No question about it. Holding call, backed him up. They kicked a field goal.
Yep.
That onside kick, we were talking about it earlier. You think it's a terrible call. Why?
You know, it's half and half. It goes either way. The Bills, they were moving the ball down the field with ease. They were assuming that they kicked the ball to them. They're going to move the ball down the field with ease anyways. Now, I will say this. We didn't lose the game because of that onside kick. But we would have won the game if we did that onside kick and got it back.
Yeah.
Because we go down there, we score, because our offense was hot at that time. We go down there and score, it's a 3-point game. Then you trust the defense. I know it might not have been the right call, but I understand. I'm not too upset about it. It's Dan Campbell.
So your boy,
He
Amon
was doing
Ra,
his thing.
the Sun God, 56 routes, he had 18 targets, 14 receptions, 193 yards, a touchdown. With a 77% completion rate, 13.9 yards over expected. No, EPA. So earned points added. He was big. He played really good.
You know, and I will say this really quick.
Here comes the
Before the end of the first half, when he missed that catch, that was the big game changer. If he would have made that catch right there, we would have scored that touchdown. It would have been 21-21 going into the half. But he did end up missing the catch. I think he was still shooken up from the previous play before.
He got hit?
He got hit really hard. You didn't see that?
I didn't see
Oh, he got hit really hard. The ball came out, all that. But
that's not. I mean, he played great. You can't. No one can question that.
He played great, yeah. Nevertheless, Sam Laporta played great.
That was such a good game.
Like we said, David Montgomery is out for the season.
Potentially. That's rumored. It's not
Most
official.
likely, it looked
MCL
not
sprain.
good. 5 carries, 4 yards. But like I said, I think Jahmyr Gibbs can do the thing for the Lions. Yeah.
So, Bills Super Bowl team, Lions Super Bowl team, both I think could win it all. I think that could be the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That would be the dream Super Bowl. I hate the
I agree.
Eagles. I hate the Eagles. I would love to see Josh Allen win a Super Bowl for Buffalo. I was in Buffalo. They love him. They were chanting his name every play. When he did that lateral pass, there was MVP chants through the entire stadium.
Yep.
I'll probably put a clip in to show y'all. He is so good. He's Mahomes in 2019. He plays like him. He's similar to him. The only difference is he's white.
Now, I want to say one more thing about this game before we move on.
All right.
I was talking to one of my buddies before the game, Sunday morning, and I told him, I said, listen, I think we're going to win this game. But if we do lose this game, this is how we're going to lose. They're going to stop the rushing game of Detroit, which I didn't think was possible because we all know how the Bills' rush defense has been this year.
It's been icy.
It's been a little icy. But they
Yes.
did stop the rushing offense from us. And I said, if Jared Goff throws the ball more than 50 times, we will lose this game. How many times did he throw it? 59. That is not how the Detroit Lions offense.
So
It's not.
But now
That's
that
not
you
how they win
know,
games.
now that you know Monty was hurt, does it make a little more sense?
No, because even though he only had 5 carries, I know you can't judge too much off of that. The carries that he did have, they stopped us. They
are
stopped
really
us
good.
in our tracks. I mean, look at Jahmyr Gibbs. 8 carries. He was fine.
And
8 carries only.
It was in
31
Detroit.
yards. It was in Detroit.
That's the
I
problem.
know.
You have to win that game.
You
In
have to win that
Buffalo,
game.
I could understand losing that game. That game
Stephen
was
A.
tough.
Smith, I feel like he jinxed us.
I don't.
He just
I didn't
said
see that.
last week, after last Sunday's games, he was like, you can't beat Detroit in Detroit.
Yeah.
What did the Bills do?
Beat Detroit and
They
Detroit.
beat Detroit in Detroit.
So, Eagles, Steelers. This game was huge, too. This is a Super Bowl preview, potentially. Eagles are really good. Cooper DeJean, really good.
And A.J. Brown was
They're
doing
back.
A.J. Brown things.
They're back.
Though.
But I
He
think
was-
Devonta
he
Smith
was-
had a better game.
Yeah.
1 yard more, but 12 for 11 for Devonta. 11 for 8 from AJ. they do different things. So
Yeah.
it's hard to judge. Devonta's more of a short guy. Boom, go. AJ's a deep ball. Lob it up. He'll beat you on it. He's a freak. His best, there's a guy in this rookie class. You haven't heard his name before. Not this rookie class, the last rookie class. Donnie Mitchell. Came out of Texas. That is AJ Brown 2.0.
Okay.
6'5". He needs some weight, but he's 6'5", and he's a freaking fast beast. He's in the Colts right now.
Mm-hmm.
If AJ Brown is that good to where I could compare him to somebody and be like, if this guy hits this, then he's Hall of Fame. I don't think AJ Brown's Hall of Fame yet. His career's been all right. Titans' time was good. The trade was good. Gainwell played fine. Caldera, my favorite Italian, played fine. Hurts is good. Russ is good. Russ did all right.
Yeah, Russ did all right.
No
I will say
Pickens,
that.
though.
Yeah,
no
there was no pick, but he played all right. It didn't really look like he was moving the ball like he has been, but
They need Pickens back.
they need Pickens back. Yes, no, they do. They really do.
Because Pickens he may be a walking 15-yard penalty.
But
But he'll make
that
up.
boy can ball. He can.
I watched a compilation of him being
He's fun to
George
watch.
Pickens. So we can go over the last game. Packers-Seahawks.
Yeah.
Packers basically solidify their playoff spot.
And they show the Seahawks what they really are. In Seattle, they never had a chance. And I emphasize the never. They never had a chance. Weren't they up 14-0 at one point?
Yeah, they were up
they
big
were up
early.
14-0. And then the Seahawks had the ball back. They finally they're moving it down there. And then the drive stalls, and they were forced to kick a field goal. I'll tell you right now, you're down 14-0. Field goals aren't going to win the game.
So within the first quarter, the win percentage for Green Bay peaked at 88.
Yeah.
They lost Geno Smith.
88, wow.
But it didn't matter. Geno Smith was in at that time.
Yeah.
No Kenneth Walker. I know you don't. I don't know if you don't like him.
Yeah,
I know he's
Michigan
done some
State
things
guy.
here, boy.
Yeah.
That 5-touchdown game, I fell in love with him that day. That is such a good game.
Sam Howell, though, when he came in, 5 for 14.
24 yards, 1 pick. Oof.
Not good. Have we heard any word on Geno?
I haven't heard anything. I think he's out for a little bit.
Oh, man. Because, if they really do want to do something, they need him back
He will
now.
undergo tests. He's optimistic that he could play the next
Because
game.
right now, they play the Vikings next week. They play them in Seattle. Vikings are -4 to win. That's a game you have to win to keep the playoff hopes alive.
He couldn't
you wanna
jog
know
in
what?
place.
The last week, it comes down Seattle Seahawks versus the Los Angeles Rams. Whew. That's going to be a fun game to watch. If it does come down to winner takes the division, I want to see that game as Sunday Night Football.
Yeah,
I don't care.
that'll
I
be a
want to see
good
that
game.
game as Sunday Night Football.
So Geno couldn't even jog in place. He was grimacing in play the entire time. Jackson Smith and Jigba. 12 targets, 10 receptions, 83 yards. I love the kid. He
Yeah.
is so good.
Yeah, no, he's great. Comes from me, Ohio State guy, but
Coming out of
I
the
do like
first
him.
into the first game this season, I made my pick last year, like my fantasy lock. I think they're going to be good. No one's picking them. I had Puka last year.
yeah.
Crazy
This guy will
call.
never let that one down.
I
Definitely
never
won't
will let that one go.
He always talks about
I'm
that
so
one.
proud of that one. Jackson Smith and Jigba was my call this year, and he's proven it.
He's been great.
He's been really good. He's a super good player. I love him personally. He's a good dude. Jake Bobo, also I like him, but he didn't do that great today. Jordan Love didn't do Jordan Love things. No picks. Jacobs is so good.
Yep, we knew that, though. We knew that.
Yeah, 94 yards, 26 attempts, 1 touchdown. He's really good. Any cool stats? So, okay, that's a cool one. Jordan Love was consistent in Week 15 against the Seahawks, recording a 57% success rate, his 5th
Wow.
highest in a game in his career.
Wow, that spread looks good, too.
Yeah, that's a pretty spread to look
Yep.
at. These graphs are so pretty.
All right, I think we're about done with this game, though. We're going to move on to tonight's games.
Yeah, and
We
then we'll
got
touch
a
on
double
NBA.
header Monday Night Football. Bears versus Vikings.
What do you think of the double headers before we get into the games?
Listen, I'm going to use the exact same words that Amon-Ra St. Brown said earlier this year when they played the Seahawks. It's a half-ass game for them. That's what it is. That's all it is.
Really?
Yeah. Because they played the Seahawks, and then who was it? It was the Dolphins and
Oh, Dolphins Titans.
Dolphins Titans, and he said this is a half-ass primetime game. And I agree with him.
They're-
It's not primetime. When there's another game going on, it's
But
not.
this week it's good. This
It
week
is,
I think
it
it's
is.
good.
Yes.
I don't think I want to watch Atlanta play Vegas as a solo game.
No.
Bears Vikings is a fun game. It
Yeah.
could be close. It's a division game. I like it, but for the right games. It has to be one terrible game and one good game.
I'll say this right now. What would make it work? You take the 8 o'clock game, you move it back. You make it 5 o'clock. You make it 4:30. You make them so they're both not going on at the same time. I'm telling you, viewership will go up. I don't understand. There has to be a reason they're not doing this, but I don't get it.
The people who work, man, I don't want to cut them out. They're the people who make NFL go round.
I know, but I don't get it. Like,
So,
I want to watch both games. I want to, and I can't.
I'm watching the Bears game easy.
I think I'm going to watch the Falcons and Raiders today because do you want to talk some props?
We'll go to props later. We'll talk
Okay.
we'll talk about the Raiders first.
All right, let's do it.
Because that's the boring game. So Raiders Falcons spread is -6, over under 44.5 on DraftKings. According to props.cash, Tanner has some plays for this game.
Yeah. So we got Max Crosby out, as we all know.
Out for
Sadly,
season.
for Crosby.
It breaks his streak, 446 consecutive
So-
snaps, the longest for a defensive lineman since 2006.
So for the Vikings and Bears game, I do not have a pick straight up. I don't really know. I think the spread at 7 is a little too big. I know the Bears aren't the best team, but listen, and they're 0-6 away. They're playing away, right? They're playing in Minnesota.
I think so. They're terrible.
Yeah, they're playing in Minnesota. They haven't won an away game, but 7 points for a division game, I just don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, especially against that Vikings team. But for the Falcons Raiders game, I think we all know I'm picking the Falcons. I'm rolling with them on the money line at -275. And then I also have 2 props here for y'all from props.cash. Check them out. It's a great statistics for your betting if you need help with that. I think it's awesome. I've been using it for the last 2 years, and I will never look back. So let's see right here. We got Bijan Robinson, anytime touchdown.
To date.
Huh?
You're on December 15th.
Bijan Robinson, anytime touchdown. I'm grabbing at -200. He's 54% on the year, 6 for 10. And then Las Vegas is 21st against running back touchdowns. So I love it there. My projection for him is 1.08. He's one of those guys that was the heaviest favorite to score a touchdown this week. I mean, even though we've seen the other 2 favorites, Joe Mixon and Derrick Henry, not score, I think Bijan gets it done today. No Max Crosby, should be a little easier for him to score.
Yeah, they're pretty bad at causing pressure.
Yeah, so I got those 2 together. I'm going to add one more leg for a little 3-leg parlay for my last one. I got Brock Bowers, 50-plus receiving yards. He's 62% on the year for that.
He's a freak.
How has he looked?
He should be offensive rookie of the year.
Oh, my goodness. That guy.
If it wasn't
oh my
quarterbacks, it
goodness.
should be him. 'Cause
He
he's
has
a
looked
beast.
great.
He
And who
broke your
called
record.
him? Gronk. Gronk called him. He
He
said
broke
he
your
was going to
record.
be good. Yeah, I know.
He broke the Sam Laporta
Yeah,
record.
he did.
Most
And you know what? I'm not even salty because I
yards.
like the guy. I think he's great. I think he's doing good things for the Raiders, and he's good for football.
a lot of grit.
So we got his original line at 60.5. My projections have him at 76.34, but I am a little scared how Desmond Ridder is going to be throwing the ball today. So I'm going to take him at the 50, 49.5, -260. You take those 3 plays, parlay them together, you got +185 play right there.
Should be pretty good. So this game, I'm looking at the key advantages on Pro.NFL. It's all red. It's
Everything
all
is
Falcons.
saying, if you guys were looking at what I was looking at right now, you would be all over the Falcons too.
The offensive side, the only thing the Raiders are good at is deep passing.
Yep.
Which is not fair because they're normally down. The teams are not normally passing. On the other hand, they do have an advantage in quick passing.
Yep.
Falcons defense isn't great, but they're not. So that should feed into that play even more.
Yeah, but the key ratings are in the Falcons' favor.
Everything is huge.
And let's be honest, the Falcons are playing for a lot more. If they want to have a chance of winning that division still, they got to win tonight in LA.
So Kyle Pitts.
Or LA, Las Vegas, sorry.
Kyle Pitts. He's my Florida dude. He kind of sucks, though.
Kyle Pitts, man, yeah. He's looked a little rough this year.
I don't think he's gotten a catch in a hot minute.
Let's go look. Let's pull up the stats really quick. Kyle Pitts, his line is at 2.5 today.
Yeah,
That is
he isn't-
insane.
Oof, that's bad.
Look at Las Vegas, though. Las Vegas versus tight ends, receptions 31st in the league.
So are we throwing that on the?
No, I think we're going to stay away from it. I don't trust Kyle Pitts with my hard-earned money. Not at all. He is 54% of the year at 2.5, but 0 for 3 in the last 3.
Okay, I got a cool
love
random stat for you.
let's
Goes to
hear
no
it.
ball.
Let's hear it.
The Raiders lead the league in cover 0 percentage.
Okay.
Using it 11.5% of their dropbacks faced this season. It is the 7th highest rate by any team since 2008. That, compared to Kirk Cousins, who's faced cover 0 on 20% of his dropback, 20 dropbacks. That's it, only 20.
Mm-hmm.
Has thrown for 120 yards and 3 touchdowns on those dropbacks.
Wow. That's a stat right there.
That's a stat.
That is a stat.
It's a lot. It's a loaded one, but it's pretty good. And they also the Falcons feature the highest rate of 11 personnel. So 1 to running back, 1 tight end with 87.9%. So it's a Falcons win, I think.
Yep, 100%.
They need to win that game.
They do.
That's their playoff chances, is outbeat the Bucs. I still think it's Bucs going to win the division. I don't think the Falcons are going to make the playoffs. They're sitting pretty ugly at Tankathon, so the more they win, the better for my Niners. But, I mean, right now they're sitting right behind the Niners. They're projected to get Nick Strun out of Texas A&M. I think they're going Jalen Walker, personally.
Listen, the Falcons, they have some really winnable games after this one. You win this one, you play the Giants in Atlanta.
Oof.
You got the Commanders in Washington. Yes, that's going to be a tough one. If they end up winning that game, then you finish off the season against the Panthers in Atlanta again. They have a potential to go 4-0
Division
in these
opponent.
last 4. I know they're the division opponent, but if they take care of business, they might beat out the Buccaneers.
It's gotta be a
Definitely
lot.
have a chance,
Because
though.
they lost to the Bucs. That's the
They
problem.
did. Did they lose 2 times to the Bucs?
I
Yes.
think both.
No, they didn't.
tied.
'Cause I remember, earlier in the season, the
Yeah.
OT game.
Oh, that's right.
that was a great game.
Kirk Cousins.
Yikes! Yeah, Kirk
Is it-
Cousins.
Is it time to hang it up?
You know,
You're really good. I love Kirk. He's a cool dude. Kirk Cousins cannot throw the football.
he's been the interception king so far. We got him at 0.65 projection on throwing an interception. He's 69% of the games this year he's throwing an interception too. Jeez.
So that game's looking pretty ugly.
Yeah.
We'll hop to a fun game because thank God there's a doubleheader tonight.
Thank
'Cause
God, right? Yeah.
Vikings Bears. The Vikings defense is dominant. Look at
looks
this.
great.
Look at these numbers.
Wow. That's even better than the
It's
Falcons.
all
defense right there is what
purple
I'm
for
looking at.
passing.
Oh yeah.
For rushing, it's mostly all purple with no advantage for some of them.
Wow.
He's got a prop for us today.
Yeah, I got a prop. I know that Vikings defense is great, but listen, we're talking about a guy named Caleb Williams right here, right now. Okay, this guy, he has great IQ. He knows what he's doing with the ball. And I'm only taking one play on the Bears-Vikings games. I already told you guys I don't have a pick for this game. I won't have a pick. I'm not playing a money line. I'm not playing a spread, but I will be playing Caleb Williams under 0.5 interceptions. It's juiced towards the under. You got plus 105 towards the under. He's 23% on the year for interceptions. Let's go to the stats right here. Yeah, 23% on the year for interceptions, but that 23% came in the first,
2
what is
weeks.
that?
That third week. The third week.
Yeah, the first 3 weeks he threw interceptions at 2
4.
out of 3 of those games. Yeah, he threw 4 interceptions too.
He has 5 on the season.
He has 5 in the season, but in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games, he has not thrown an interception. He looks great. He looks good against defenses that are really
Which
good
is
too.
Shocking because I love Brian Flores. His defenses are so pretty. He might be the best player. He might be the best coach in the NFL defensively wise. I know Shane Steichen. He coaches a great defense. I still don't think it matters. I think the under interception is going to be pretty.
It's going to be tight because if I did have to pick a script, if I had to lean towards someone, I'm going to lean the Vikings. Who isn't going to lean towards the Vikings? But if the Bears do build a lead, they're not going to pass that ball. They're going to run it down their throats.
I don't
That's
think
as
they
simple
build a
as
lead
that.
though. I think they down.
But
I think they
in
start
the slight
down.
chance they do, they will run the ball down their throat. Even though that rushing defense is good, that's what they will stick to.
I think they start down, and then I think they start to come back. I think they do what they did to your guys on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So I just hope, Caleb Williams, he protects the ball. Usually, if he does find pressure, he's not just going to force the ball down the field. He's going to roll out of the pocket and throw that thing away. Simple as that.
I wonder what the odds are for Bears-Vikings first half, Bears, second half. No, first half Vikings, second half
Full-time
Bears.
Bears.
Full-time Bears. Let's see. So I don't
Here,
know
I got you. I'll look
pull
it up
that up
right
for me.
here. I got it.
While he's looking at that, I love Justin Jefferson. I don't think he's gonna have a good game today. I know he's so good. That defense is so good. I remember seeing a stat line about the corner, Jalen Johnson. The quarterbacks had a better chance of throwing the ball in the dirt. It would have a better QB rating than if they threw the ball at him. That's how good he is. I know it's Justin Jefferson. Jordan Addison's going to have a game. If I had to call one now, it'd be Jordan Jefferson. Or Jordan Addison.
Yeah. Yep.
What's that line?
I agree. So, like you said, Vikings, halftime, full-time Bears. I don't know why you would bet it, but he wants to know it's plus 1,000.
Okay.
10-1 odds.
You throw not even half unit. You throw a 30 unit on that.
Yeah.
Just for fun. I think the Vikings could start early. The Bears are known for coming back late.
Yeah, they have been making comebacks all year long. They look like a second half team. I could see it happening, but I will not play it.
You don't have to play.
I think
0.3 units. If you want something a little sweet, a little fun,
a little juicer right there. 10-1.
Over under is 44.
Yep.
I think I'd probably lean the under.
Me too.
I don't think it'll hit. I'm not sure. That's why we don't give it out. The last time I hit the over, last time it was 37. It was 30-27. This time I think it's going to be a little low scoring. I think the defensive know each other. Actually, you know what? That's pretty counterintuitive. That's pretty ironic that I say that because I've always thought the Vikings defense will get worse as the season goes on.
Yeah, let me say something though about that Caleb Williams prop one more time. So I didn't mention that on my props.cash projections, I got them at 0.02.
Oh,
0.02 interception
that
thrown.
Is low.
Last time I seen a one that low was Justin Herbert on his streak, and we know how long he went without throwing an interception.
It was a while.
He went a very long time, and I was riding it like there was no tomorrow. I was on the bus. I was on the Herbie bus.
So we can talk a little playoff ball.
Okay, you want to talk a little bit of playoff ball?
Let's talk a little playoff ball, and then we'll hop over to some other sports.
You want to talk some NBA after?
Yeah, maybe hit some college football. We got a few bowl games this week.
We do have some bowl games. We got some college football playoffs. First time they're using the 12-man playoffs. Really, really excited for that.
So let's touch on NFL playoffs.
Okay.
Everyone's basically locked in. AFC side, the lowest percentages of the 7 teams is 88%. That's Chargers. After the Broncos win, that basically locked it all up. On the other side, the NFC, lowest percent chance is the Rams with 55%. So NFC West is still a toss-up. Otherwise, wild cards are set. I don't see a team really making it in the playoffs. The Rams have a negative 28-point differential, by the way. Just saw that.
Wow.
Eagles probably. I think there's only 5 teams that can win it all. I think the Eagles can win it all. I think the Lions can win it all. I think the Bucks. I think the Bills, the Chiefs, and the.
So you don't have a Super Bowl
Ravens.
pick right now?
If I had to pick a Super Bowl,
you had to pick a Super Bowl. You want to pull up the odds list for you?
Eagles could win it all. I think the Eagles are really good. They are really good.
Right here. Those are the odds right there.
So,
for you, if you want to look at those.
Bills aren't bad. Bills are really good. I think they could win it all, but that one, MVP doesn't normally correlate to championship. The best odds, like the best team I think who could win it all and have good odds, the Bucks.
Bucks, really? Wow, did not expect that one.
I know you didn't. I saw you click on the Chiefs.
Yeah. Nah, you want me to give you one right here? The Chiefs, man. You're not buying them any other week at plus 575.
Yeah. 3
right now they didn't even open up at that.
They opened negative. Niners did. Niners opened minus.
But I'm telling you right now, the Chiefs at plus 575. Those are some good odds for a team like the Chiefs. Because listen, they go and they beat the Texans. They handle the Steelers. They handle all the games the rest of the year. That's not going to be plus 575.
So the Bucks.
That's going to be plus 300.
The Bucks. They beat the Lions and they beat the Eagles.
Yeah, they did.
They lost Mike Evans. They got really hurt. They lost to the Ravens, lost to the Falcons, lost to the Chiefs, lost to the Niners. They come back off the bye week and haven't lost since. They play Cowboys, Panthers, Saints.
But Godwin's not coming back.
Godwin's not coming
He's
back,
done,
but do you
yeah.
need Godwin back when you have Mike Evans? You lost Mike Evans against the Ravens. He doesn't play for the Falcons, Chiefs, Niners. He comes back on the bye week. Bucky Irvin's only going to get healthier. KJ Britt's the only guy who's really hurt besides for Mike Evans or Godwin. That team, if Baker becomes Baker, people forget they were second place. They lost to the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck just happened? They lost to the Lions. That's a good team to lose to. I mean,
Wait, when?
Again,
Last
in the
year?
playoffs.
Oh,
yeah.
I was at that game.
That
Great
was,
game. That was an amazing
That was
game.
a good game. It was a close
Good
one.
time to be a Detroit
I was
fan.
on a boat.
Yeah, you were.
I was on a boat for the Packers game too. I was
watching it on
freaking
the big screen on the cruise.
sweating
This guy
on the
right
cruise.
here.
It was terrible. So now that we got a little playoff talking, I think those teams could win it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna, of course, pick the Lions for the Super Bowl because
You can pick the Lions.
I'm
so
not
you can
gonna
pick
do it. I'm gonna give you one that I'm not gonna play the Chiefs, but I'm just saying plus 575 for the Chiefs right now.
Bucks are plus.
That doesn't go
30.
any more up. That
Bucks
only
are plus
goes down.
3,000 too. By the way,
Yeah, 30-1 for the Bucks. Man,
I like that.
that is crazy. They've been looking good. Yeah.
So I mean, we could talk a little playoff.